Konnichiwa! Hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be the DERMACOL foundation. Now I know a lot of people have heard of DERMACOL. It is like supposed to be the fullest coverage foundation out there, but the one problem is there's a fake running around and a lot of people cannot differentiate between the real and the fake. So I got both. I tried looking for videos to distinguish both the fake and the real one from one another, and it is just so hard to find them. I only think I found like maybe 4 or 5 videos, and there was maybe 2 that were in English. The thing is, I actually really wanted to try this foundation, and then I realized that there are fakes being sold. When I ordered the fake one, I was like, but is this the real one? Is this the fake one? I don't know. And when I tried to research it, there was really not that much information out there, except a few things on how to tell which ones apart. After I found out that I got the fake one, I was like, you know what? I need to get the real one because I need to know what everyone is talking about when they talk about DERMACOL. So if you're interested in seeing which one is the real, which one is the fake, and how to tell them apart, then just stay tuned. So one of the first things I noticed about the fake DERMACOL that I got is it came in a package from fucking China. One thing that I looked up on the internet, a lot of people were saying if the DERMACOL is like $10 and under on eBay, there's DERMACOL that's sold for like 99 cents or $3. Do not get that because it's not realistic, okay? It is a full coverage foundation, or so it states. I've never tried this, but I've watched videos on it. Now the one thing that I haven't seen really a lot of videos on is comparing the real one to the fake. I've seen a couple and a lot of them aren't even in English. One thing that is true though that I did see in some of the videos is you honestly do not know which one is real or fake until you have the real one and fake one both in your hands. Because when I received the fake one, I was like looking at pictures and comparing them to the people that I saw on YouTube or on blogs, and honestly you cannot tell unless you are holding them. But I will say that for me, I got the real one from a really good seller on eBay. It came from the Czech Republic. Now I don't know if anybody knows this, but DERMACOL is made in the Czech Republic. Well, it's made in EU, so I'm guessing it's made in Europe, but it does say DERMACOL blah 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 Czech Republic. So one thing that I definitely noticed is it says Czech Republic on both the boxes, and don't let that fool you. It doesn't matter unless the seller is from the Czech Republic or somewhere in Europe. Don't even think about getting it, okay? Because just because it's made or produced in the Czech Republic, if it's sold from China, it's probably gonna be a fake because, you know, their whole goal is to make the fake one look like the real one. I'm gonna go over some things that I looked at on the box, on the inside, where I noticed right off the bat that they are completely different. A lot of people will mention is the packaging. This top one right here is the fake. You can really tell with the fake one that the letter turns yellow green. It's like this lime, icky, gross color. And the real one does not shine like that. Do you see that? The real one, everything is basically just flat. This one, you can see shininess here, and this part right here is sticking out. It's like a, I forgot what those are called, like embellishment? Yeah. You can really tell the difference in the color just by the light shining on it. A lot of people are like, oh, when you touch the boxes, they're similar. No, they ain't. This fake one right here is super duper smooth. This feels like any other unicarton you would get that has that shiny feel to it. Now, the real one has texture to it. It's not smooth like this. I honestly don't really know how to explain the texture. It's a little bit grainy, but it is completely different from this. The other thing that I have to point out is the pink right here at the top. These pinks are completely different. Look at that. The real one is more of a baby hot pink. I'm not really good at colors. Just look at the damn carton. This is more of a darker hot pink. This is more of a Barbie pink. The difference is just so significant on the cartons. A lot of people were saying like, oh, the stuff on the unit carton, the information is completely off. I'm looking at it right now, and honestly, if you didn't know the actual numbers for the real one that goes above the actual barcode, you would never be able to distinguish the difference, because the numbers on the bottom right here are completely the fucking same. They have the shade number, the expiration date. I want to say this is the item number and the bottom is the barcode number. But as you can see, everything is like legit, except the one thing you'll notice if I'm holding these straight is the fake one over here. The sticker is completely crooked and this one is straight on the box. And another thing you'll notice that a lot of people point out is the top right here. You can tell that the fake one, the sticker is way off. And for the real one, you can tell that it is straight on there. For the real one, it doesn't even feel like a sticker. When you're doing this, it's all flat. Basically, this just becomes really, really smooth, and this part is textured, like I said earlier. For this one, it is a sticker. Do you hear that? Like, you can tell it does not belong on the box, that someone planted that there. For this one, there is no click click, you know? So you can tell that someone was like, and placed that sticker on there. Now, as for the size of the box, it's the same. The font is the same. The design is the same. All that kind of stuff is the same, except for the top where the shades are written. As you can see, the fake one, the shade is very, very light, and the real one, the shade is very dark and bold. Excuse my band-aid, I have a boo-boo. The one thing that I do have to state is there is a URL on the back. Do not go to that website. That is where I ordered the fake one. I will leave that link down below. They were both similarly priced. The real one costs $12.89 GBP, which I believe is the currency they use in the check, and exchanged it to $17.66. So the real one is $17.66, or at least that's what that seller was charging. And this one I got for $12. Now, it was originally $19, but then I scored like a code or something, so I was able to score this for $12. But even then, $12 is still a little bit more believable than $1 or 99 cents or whatever. All right, so let's open the boxes up. Inside the DERMACOL box, you will get a pamphlet. One thing that I was reading is for the real one, it felt like any kind of paper you could get with medication. It didn't occur to me that the pamphlets that came with medication were a thin piece of paper. So when me and my husband felt this one, I was like, oh, it's a sturdy piece of paper. That's because it's normal fucking paper. That's all they did, is they printed it on normal paper. So the one big difference you will definitely notice between the two is that one is printed on really, really thick paper. Like, do you see that? Do you hear that? Yes. And then the other one is like wrapping paper. It is so thin. This thing is so flimsy. You can see through it. Like, I can read what is on the other side. That's how thin this piece of paper is. Fake guy, this guy right here. It is so, like, it is literally a piece of paper that you put in the printer and print your homework off of. No one mentioned that these even came with their DERMACOL foundation, so I was a little surprised by that, because that's some kind of information I would think that you would want to include, you know, in the video, so people know that this is another way to differentiate the real and the fake. Here is the star of the show. This is the fake one. This is the real one. Now, the fake one, can you see the difference? This is bigger, longer, and like I said, you honestly cannot tell the difference until you have them both in your hands. This one came wrinkly and banged up like this. As you can see, this one right here on, I want to say your guys' left, my right, is very straight at the top right here. This one is jagged. It's like someone just didn't know how to cut a straight line and they were just going hard with it. So that's another thing you can notice, and I just think that that is like the major giveaway, is this one looks so shitty and crappy, and this one looks more straight and put together and more professional. As you can see, simple slightest touch in these will put a dent even in the real one. So you can't just tell by feeling the packages. Now another difference, as you can see, is the one on the left is super gold. Look at that. And this one is more of a washed out gold. Please don't mind my disgusting nails. A lot of people were mentioning before is that the fake one didn't have the shade. Let me just say the fake one has the shade now. So China is stepping up their game. Before I go on, I'm not saying don't buy Chinese products. Chinese products sucks. China is the only one who makes fakes, but let's be fucking real. I have not hate towards them. I just don't like Chinese products. And this is why. Like, this is why. How do you even know what the hell you're putting on your face when it comes from China and you know damn well that they're not using the same ingredients? Because why is it cheaper than this one? You know, I could go on and on about that. I just have this weird thing with China. Another dead giveaway is the cap. This one actually has gold flecks in the cap. This one is just a gold cap. The real one has actual, it looks like glitter in the plastic. The cap sizes are slightly different. The fake one is a little bit longer, as this one is more short and stubby. Another major difference that honestly, if you did not have the real and the fake in hand, you will not be able to tell. So a lot of people said there are differences in the cap. This one again is the fake, this is the real, and apparently this one has little square spikies to open the product, and this one is more rounded. Again, very difficult to tell. Another thing that people were mentioning is when you screw the cap, the fake one feels cheap. Look, if you don't pay attention to those little teeny tiny details, no one's gonna go and unscrew and be like, oh, this cap feels cheap. I don't do it. I don't know if any of y'all do it, but it's just something that I don't think a lot of people sit there and do. And as I'm sitting here opening one and opening the other, they feel almost exactly the fucking same. That I feel like is just a really dumb comparison. Obviously one is made cheaper than the other, but let's not be that picky. Like I said, if you don't have the real one in hand, this could definitely pass as the real one. I mean, I was literally convinced for a good hour that I had the real one until I just went back and forth. One really good difference that someone mentioned is when you open the fake one, it just oozes out. It's so liquidy. As for the real one, you have to actually manipulate the tube, push the tube down for the product to come out. So when you're opening it, it shouldn't just splurge out. I'm gonna open the fake one first. You guys can see just how big of a mess this thing has made. Now, I'm not even pushing on it, not at all, and it is oozing out of the package. Look at that. That is just so gross. It's in the cap everywhere. Disgusting. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this guy up. All right, so we're gonna push this thing in. All right. And I do not see any oozing whatsoever. No oozing at all. That product is still in there and it will not move until I push the tube. Let's go ahead and push it out just a little bit. Look at that. Look how thick that is. And it doesn't run down. It holds its shape. Look at this. It's standing straight up, unlike this goopy mess right here. This should just be the dead giveaway whether it's real or fake, because this, I feel like you can just look at and tell. Look at this. This is the fake, this is the real. That thing is just solid. Very solid. This one, oh, it is a creamy mess. When I say creamy mess, it feels just like a regular liquid foundation. The real one does not feel like a regular foundation at all. It is thick. When I say thick, it is thick. And this one is just plain cream foundation. One has a smell, one doesn't. There's definitely a significant difference in the smell. This fake one is so flowery. It's like they try to make it more appealing. This one has just more of a clean smell to it, like a hint. You really honestly have to sit here and smell the shit out of it to see if there's an actual smell. It is so light, you can barely tell. All right, so I went ahead and changed the lighting a bit for you guys. This fake, this real. Look at the shade difference. Look how pink the fake one is. It's a pink undertone, and this one is more of a neutral, little bit of a yellow undertone. So that's another thing. When you push it out of the tube and it looks pink, you didn't get the right one. I will leave the link down below for the fake DERMACOL. If you want to buy the fake DERMACOL, that's fine. That's your choice. But I would personally not recommend it. Their website is very, very legit. It is the exact same website that is on the back of the packaging. There was no website for the actual DERMACOL. So this, yes, I did get it from an eBay seller, but they are from the Czech Republic and they sell tons of other DERMACOL products. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply just want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.